Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at HBAR or Hedera Hashgraph. Right now we do see in the last 24 hours a 1.38% decrease. However, when compared to other altcoins at this same level of market cap, Hedera is doing much better, and I think that's going to be an obvious reason as to why. We're going to jump into that today and talk about price predictions as well as bullish news regarding HBAR. So to get started, let's take a look at the last week as well. A 6.58% increase, which is massive, because if we take a look, let's just go to prices real quick. Take a look at any of these coins, any of these great altcoins near Hedera. Even if we take a look at, larger market cap. So if we take a look at Polygon, if we take a look at Stellar Lumens, let's take a look at Chainlink, let's take a look at VeChain. Let's take a look at just some of these and compare them to HBAR, because it's just crazy how well HBAR is standing up to this kind of a dip. If we take a look at the last week, we do see a 24% decrease for Polygon. The last week for Stellar is about a 6% decrease. The last week for Chainlink, about 18%. The last week for VeChain, about 16%. So these coins are struggling much harder than HBAR is struggling. So we do see a 6.58% increase in the last week alone. However, the last month is about 8% to 9% decrease. Taking a look at some of these coins, the last month has been terrible for some of these altcoins. Polygon, 46% of a decrease. If we take a look at Stellar Lumens, we see a 27% decrease. If we take a look at Chainlink, we see a 34% decrease. And VeChain, not last but not least, a 40% decrease as well. So just crazy decreases across the board for most altcoins. And it's crazy to me that HBAR is able to stand up to this crypto market dip and crash. And I thought, realistically, we've covered this coin quite a bit on the channel. So we've talked about the potential behind it. We know that there's so many use cases and utility that revolves around HBAR. So today we're going to jump straight into that, talk a little bit more about it, and then talk about what we could see by the end of the year, as well as the end of the bull market. So to start off, let's jump into the first article. The first article talks about energy consumption is a constant concern in crypto mining, but more sustainable practices are emerging. And, one thing before we talk too much about HBAR in any more detail, I do want to say, guys, it would mean a lot if you guys would quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video. As like I said, we talk about so many different cryptocurrencies and altcoins every single day. It would mean a lot if you guys could stay up to date with this information by, like I said, supporting the channel. So the use of NFTs in cryptocurrencies is taking a toll on sustainability and environmental health. They talk about Bitcoin mining machines around the world use about as much power as Bangladesh. And it's crazy to see that, when you go through all of this, and if we actually type in HBAR and search for HBAR through here, Hedera, you can see that Hedera is all about the sustainability efforts in the industry. They talk about there are also more environmentally friendly cryptocurrency alternatives, including SolarCoin, SLR, Cardano ADA, BitGreen, Nano, and obviously Hedera Hashgraph being a big one, and we've talked about that before. I do want to talk about this as well. So Suku's infinite NFT marketplace to auction one-to-one crypto sneaker NFT by NBA, Brooklyn Nets star Spencer Dinwiddie. So we actually see that here, about this drop kind of being a verifiably connected to a physical collectible via Suku's digital ledger-enabled NFT tagging system, with all proceeds going to the Family Foundation to support really an at-risk minority youth. They talk more about the drop, and actually, if you go into this story continues, you can see and read more about Suku. Again, though, if we talk about Hedera and how they're actually making this possible, you can see here, really using immutable logged IDs that are made traceable on the Hedera Hashgraph distributed ledger. We also see using Hedera's advanced technologies, Suku provides a safeguard for suppliers and retailers against fraud and theft, while also ensuring provenance for entrepreneurs, obviously, and artists, as well as other creators looking to market their physical goods using NFTs. So Hedera has so many use cases and utility already being used out there in the ecosystem, and I think that's a big thing to really realize, is that Hedera is continuing to grow while other coins are continuing to struggle during this market. If we take a look at some of the recent tweets from Hedera Hashgraph, we see built on Hedera Hashgraph, Yamgo app rewards you with Hedera HBAR crypto assets for completing small actions such as creating an account, watching videos, playing games, downloading apps, referring friends, and more. So definitely check out Yamgo. It does look like Hedera is supporting this as they've continued to talk about this in their past couple of tweets. We also see Mr. Lemonbird talking about, all right, folks, here's a small project, a small project I've been working on, a live Hedera transaction counter. It's super basic right now, but I just wanted to give it up. or get it up. And I have plans to build it over time. Take a look and let me know what you think. So if you actually go here, you can see the live transaction count continuing obviously to increase very, very rapidly. Definitely something that continues to show you how many people are actually using Hedera, how much transactions are kind of, running through HBAR altogether. I do want to take a look at LimeChain as well. LimeChain HQ actually said, thanks to its clever design and robust consensus mechanism, Hedera is already capable of operating at an impressive scale, which puts the platform in a position to be a major part of the future of DLT. So you can actually read more about this yourself if you want to jump into it. I'm not going to jump too much into this article specifically, but it talks about what is Hedera Hashgraph and why Hedera Hashgraph. So jumping into another article, this one talks more about, stoked to have my article on cryptography and distributed ledgers like Hedera featured on the Practical Dev's 7 most popular articles. So if we actually look into here, the 7 most popular dev posts from the past week, Hedera Hashgraph is obviously listed, and I think that's a big thing to note. Hedera is continuing to really make strides, and a lot of people will notice. And I think, realistically, as we move forward, we're going to continue to see a lot of people noticing. Like I said, I'm not going to jump too much into this article as well because we'd be here all day talking about these articles. But like I said, Hedera is looking very, very solid in these last couple of weeks and months. And if we take a look at Hedera Hashgraph here in the UK, Hedera Hashgraph and Everywhere UK have been working with the NHSUC on its storage and distribution of these vaccines. And you can read more about this in this article as well. Like I said, some great articles to take a look at. I would suggest following Hedera Hashgraph on Twitter, obviously, and if you haven't followed them, at least follow me on Twitter. I will try to retweet some of the important stuff so you guys can get a quick glance as soon as it comes out. But it says UK blockchain and its role to fight against, obviously, COVID. So with the ability to provide a secure, as we have to bypass this register, I guess we have to register here to read the article, unfortunately. Let's see here. Okay, now it's letting us. So as part of the direct response to COVID-19 pandemic, vaccination has always been the light end of the ever-lengthening tunnel. So here, with the ability to provide a secure and reliable record of vaccine delivery, the technology is set to play a really vital role in the fight against the pandemic and finally start to live really up to some of the earlier hype. So a lot of people excited about the obvious blockchain and, really what Hedera is doing on the blockchain to continue to support, quite a bit of different utility cases and use cases out there. We do want to talk a little bit about the end of the year, where we could see Hedera Hashgraph and where we could see it by the end of the bull market part 2 as well. Obviously, right now, still in this manipulation FUD stage, continuing to accumulate. Obviously, dollar cost averaging in is my suggestion to myself at the very least. And I will say, guys, realistically, always do your own research before investing, as crypto is very, very volatile. You can lose money very quickly. You can gain money very quickly. So like I said, do your own research on top of, finding, some of these articles or videos online will definitely put you in the right direction. We do see the last week being a solid one at that with Hedera Hashgraph. We saw actually a positive increase, which you didn't see in very many altcoins, a 6.75% increase. And the last month was not too bad at all, with only an 8 to 9% decrease. However, if you look at the last year, you can actually see that we had a nice push all the way up to about 45 cents. And then just slowly but suddenly, we continued on this climb down to about 19 cents. But realistically, we are going to see a great recovery period. I think we will bottom out for most altcoins around that September month and hopefully find a great recovery period after September, pushing closer and closer to the end of the year. I do think really realistically, HBAR could see, price points close to its previous all-time high by the end of the year. 45 to 50 cents is the range that I'm hoping for by the end of the bull market part 2. I think realistically a goal for us, or really a realistic, conservative, reasonable price prediction for my, in my opinion, depending obviously on when we start this part 2 of the bull market and how long it lasts. I do see HBAR reaching $1, and I think a lot of people have had that goal for a while now, reaching $1. I think that's a realistic conservative price prediction. I think, we will see that $1 HBAR hopefully by the end of the bull market part 2. It's just got so much utility, so many use cases. I think, it's just a matter of time before we continue to see mass adoption taking place for crypto as well as HBAR specifically. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure, like I said, to quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video to stay up to date with crypto and obviously anything regarding altcoins as well. So thank you guys again. I'll see you guys all in the next one.